So as some of you may know, we have a tradition of making little tip bags for our waiters and waitresses on the cruise. And since this is a special cruise and a very special ship, we decided to do something extra special for them. So we created a little poem. We both wrote ourselves, collaboration piece. And it goes like this. Working with the public can sometimes blow, but don't let it make you sour. You're a star in our book. Thank you for your service. And so we're going to have that on a little note. And inside we're going to put the candies that are tied to the poem inside a little tip bag that I decorated myself, and a small tip. And hopefully they will enjoy. And the candies that are tied to the poem include a Charms Blow Pop, Sour Punch Straws, Starburst Candy, and Starlight Mints. You'll notice there's no chocolate this time. We did that on purpose because we don't want the chocolate melting and messing up these cute little bags. We needed something that won't melt, or if they do get a little soft, it's fine. They just won't create a big mess. So let's get to stuffing these bags. So note the Blow Pop, Sour Punch Straws. Is this all gonna fit? Starburst. Candies. Uh-oh.
Candy down.
Candy down. I'll get that in a moment. And Starlight Mints, and the tip, which we will put in there in a moment. Yeah, I think it'll fit. What do you think?
Well, we'll actually put the tip in when we get to Hawaii.
Yeah,
so.
but anyways, there you go. Cute. Look what I found! Look what I found! Look what I found! So excited!
Hi, I'm Matthew.
And I'm Susan. Together we love to travel.
One of our favorite places to be
is aboard a Norwegian ship at sea.
Good food, drinks, and friends.
Make a relaxing trip indeed.
So come along with us
as we let the sea set us free.
Okay, it is a beautiful day here in North Central Washington, and we are getting ready to head out. That's right, folks, it's time for another vacation. But first, we got to give the girls some lettuce, and then we'll be on our way.
All right, giving the girls some lettuce, and then we're headed out.
Winnie gets some. And Delilah gets some. And even Abby gets some, even though she's not wanting to take it. Okay, the car is loaded. We're ready to go. The car's ready to go. Are you ready to go?
I'm so ready.
Let's go hit state number 50. Okay, so we are getting into one of the more unique places here in Washington State. We are getting into Leavenworth. So break out your lederhosen and strike up a jig because you're in Bavaria, the Bavaria of the West. Okay, so we're along the Wenatchee River in Tumwater Canyon on US Highway 2. Interesting factoid is that we are traveling on what was the Great Northern Right-of-Way when the Great Northern Railway ran through Tumwater Canyon before moving to its current alignment, which takes it through several tunnels and up the Chumstick Highway area, the Chumstick Canyon area. So I'm sure this would have been a beautiful area to go through on the train back in the day, back in the early 1900s and all that. Okay, so we are approaching the summit of Stevens Pass, and we're seeing the most amount of snow that we've seen in the entire day, and it's not very much. And we are on, it is currently June 19th, and yeah, not a good sign for summer here if we're already this low on our snow, and we have this little bit. So we're going to take a detour here right after the summit and take you to a unique spot here in Washington State. Okay, so we are off the highway onto a Forest Service road, and like I said, we're taking you to a unique spot here in Washington State where a major historical event took place, and we'll explain more when we get out here.
So we are here on the Wellington Trail. This is ran by the Forest Service now, but it used to be a town that lived and operated only because of the train that went over Stevens Pass.
Okay guys, we are up here at Wellington. Wellington, Washington was the site of the most tragic train disaster in U.S. history. It happened in 1910, and it happened right here. We're standing in one of the Great Northern snow sheds, and this is where the main line for the Great Northern came across the creek into Wellington. So Wellington is behind us right over here. And in 1910, an avalanche came down off the mountain and wiped out 2 trains that were stuck on the mountain, killing hundreds of people. And it was a tragic day for the Great Northern, tragic day for the state of Washington, and it spurred the eventual development of the new Cascade Tunnel, which is what the BNSF runs through currently here on Stevens Pass. So, pretty somber place here in Wellington. So Wellington was mile marker 1711 on the Great Northern line. Mile 1 is back in St. Paul, Minnesota, and the numbers got larger as they came out west. So here on Stevens Pass, you're at mile 1711. Now the BNSF maintains the same numbering to this day, although there is missing miles in their numbering system, and that's because the track got realigned when the new Cascade Tunnel became in effect, cutting off multiple miles from their journey. Okay, so where Susan is standing, she's standing on the runaway train track. It went up from there, so if train came into Wellington out of control, they had a way to stop it. So we are standing on the grade of the old rail line through Wellington, and so all the buildings of Wellington would have been built around here, and you can actually see foundations and all that of some of the buildings even to this day.
The footings right here is what remains of the coal tower where they would dump the coal for the trains, and it was built in 1910.
And if you continue down this path, you get to the old Cascade Tunnel.
So before the first Cascade Tunnel, the train had to use switchbacks to get up and down the mountain, but then they built the tunnel, and this is the first one here, used from 1900 to 1929. Unfortunately, the trail is closed going through and up to the tunnel there because it can flash flood at any moment.
There are a few pockets of snow remaining on the road out of Wellington, or in and out of Wellington, since it's a road. And yes, it is very bumpy. So highly recommend 4x4 if you're coming in here.
Yes, they weren't lying when they said rough road.
Okay, so we are back on Highway 2 heading westbound. And you can see the road that we were on right over there. And where that waterfall is, if you go straight down from it, is roughly where we were at Wellington. So that gives you an idea of where the town was when it existed. And yeah, the avalanche came down that mountain and wiped everything out. So through the trees right over here is the new Cascade Tunnel, the western end of it. We are currently at Scenic, and Scenic is where the original line met, would have met the modern day line. The new Cascade Tunnel is 7 miles long, and it goes right under the top of Stevens Pass. You actually see the eastern end as you pass by on Highway 2, and it takes about 15 minutes to go through if you're riding on Amtrak. It's really cool to go through. If you have the opportunity, I highly recommend it. So we are a little stressed because we have been in traffic for a little bit. Luckily we're in the HOV lane, and it is moving the best out of the 3 through lanes, but we are trying to get there as fast as we can. Wish us luck! So we are moving better now, or at least in Renton now. We're entering Renton now, so we're almost there. This car in front of us is brake happy though, and hits his brakes every time he thinks about braking, and yeah. But we're almost there. Yay.
Rails outside. Almost strike. Last 6 starts for Bobby. He does have an ERA under 3. One on flash by the screen. It's also 2 strikes. Lefties in particular with the fastball. Bobby's will be something to watch. 7.
Okay, we've made it to SeaTac. We're almost at Duck Fox. It was a stressful drive, but we're here. So Susan was a trooper, and now Operation Get on the Flight can commence. Thank God we have clear, because that will make going through security a whole lot easier. Best investment we made at OKC. Okay, Duck Fox parking. Okay, heading to check in.